Hello. Rowena is being so nosy. I just had to move a couple of my plants because she is back there being nosy. It is so dark here, y'all. I had to turn on my overhead light on. It's so bright. Anyways, so YouTube has I'm streaming on Facebook and YouTube, but YouTube always will send me really fun content creator things. Rowena, come here. Put your head in here. So they sent me this fun little clapper, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to write on it. And like, you can write on it and erase it. And so I love it. So, woo, fun little clapper. Clap on, clap off. I'm trying to get Rowena in the shot. The clapper. What is that? Clap. She's like, what are you doing? Are you crazy? I'm kidding. I wouldn't hurt my baby girl for nothing. For nothing at all. You guys, it is Tuesday. I'm here to answer a reader question. I will pull it from our, I see I've had to, okay, I'm going to turn y'all around, my messy, my thing. So that is poisonous. They all live outside. That up there is Dottie, the poisonous one. And then that up there is poisonous. So I had them in my office, and my office was shut up from her because I don't want her to obviously eat them. And of course, here she is trying to eat them, which because I don't want her to. Now the non-poisonous plants that I have, I have a lot of plants. I love plants, you guys. I have a lot of plants. The non-poisonous ones, she doesn't have anything to do with them. Of course she doesn't. Nothing to do with them. Doesn't care about them. Not a thing. There she is over here. Right, Sissy? Hi, sister. Hi. So we just went camping last week. We went to the New River Gorge in West Virginia. It was beautiful. And then we are going again on this Friday. I have a book signing in White Pines, Tennessee, and I hope you guys come if you're here. Oh, I do see people here. Oh, good. We'll have to see what all they're saying. And then we will camp next week. So if y'all saw my post, so aggravating. So I put up a video today of me this morning getting up and working early on a new book because I was inspired by a new we are getting a new RV. We are getting a fifth wheel. And I've never actually gotten money back. So they're actually giving us money back because our drivable is worth more. And we're like, oh, okay. Wow. Very cool. And so, but what happened was that we're getting a fifth wheel, and so we're trading in our drivable for it. And the reason why I'm not keeping the drivable is, one, we like to drive. We like to go and park it. And so when we first bought it 2 years ago, I thought, okay, well, we're going to drive it and we're going to go here, there, and everywhere. And we didn't do that. And so we definitely was not that person. And so we ended up thinking, oh my gosh, we want, we have our annual camping trip. This is a really fun mug. I'll tell y'all about that too. So we go on our annual camping trip last week, and the people we camp with, they have a bigger campers, and it's just really nice to have the community in there. And like ours, it's really cramped and really only for like 2 people. And so we like to community camp. Where are you going? What are you doing? See, she is going to, do not touch that plant. Okay, she's not. I'm like, do not touch that plant. So anyways, what happened was that they have a much bigger, and I'm sick too. So excuse me. I'll get to that too. So they had a much bigger, it just has a much bigger floor plan. And Eddie and I like to go, and our camper now, the Class C drivable, it's hard. It's a couples camper. And so it's hard to stay somewhere for like a week and not be like totally cramped. And so that's what happens, is that we go for like a week and we're totally cramped. And so it's difficult to stay for a weekend and be good. So that's why we got the fifth wheel. So I'll have to do a video on that. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, so while we were camping last week, I had, if you read my newsletter, I had the whole mishap with the flood in my bed because I left open the ceiling sunroof in the bedroom, or whatever that's called. And it was a torrential downpour one night while we were camping, which was fun because we were in our friend's cabin, because they had a cabin. Somebody had a cabin. And so anyway, so we had that mishap, and I had to take all my bedding the next morning to the laundromat. So or the laundromat, which reminds me of this video I did today. It makes me so mad. So anyways, I'll talk about that in a second. So anyways, I had to go to the laundromat, and on our way back from the laundromat, it was next to this place called Honeybee Donuts. And so one of the guys that was with me kept saying, I want to go to Honeybee Donuts. I want to go to Honeybee Donuts. I'm like, well, we're right here. I'm going to go to Honeybee Donuts. So what Honeybee Donuts is they make these little donuts. I'm watching Rowena. She's on the window seat. Anyway, so these little donuts, and then they make all the stuff with like a potato chip donut. They put all the stuff on top, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Of course, I did not eat any of them, but they did have these cute glass mugs with the glass straw, which I know that y'all know the whole cancer journey thing. I don't have cancer. I'm doing preventative cancer things because I carry the CHEK2 gene, and my sister got breast cancer. And so this is part of the whole preventative thing. But point is that we're always looking for glass, but it has books, has candle, it has sweaters, it has Uggs, which I got a funny story about that too. And we have pumpkins and football, which is fine. But all the other stuff is the coffee. So I was like, oh my God. So I got a big iced coffee in it, but it was delish. So I thought this was so cute, and I keep my water in it. So anyway, so yes, that reminds me about today. So, because I said laundromat, and I know it's laundromat, but we say laundromat in the South. So today, and you can scroll back, and this person could be on here. I don't care. But I'm just kind of over it. But today, and I'm sick, so that don't help. So today I put up this video, and you can scroll back through before the author takeover, which I hope you're enjoying those author takeovers. I think they're kind of fun. They bring something different to the channel, and hope you really like that. So anyways, so I do a video, and so I just do like a text to talk, or I talk to text on screen. And so I did one about when I went to the RV place this week to look at the RV. They're like, okay, well, since I'm the company that we work for, they're like, okay, so who is your your company? I said, Tanya Kappas Books. And then they're like, oh, what do you do? And I said, oh, they're a publisher. I'm like, no, I'm a writer and the publisher. And so they're like, oh my gosh, like, we gotta look you up. So like right then they look me up. And so they're like, oh my gosh, you have a show that's going to be made into a TV show. I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I just talked to Hallmark last week. We're still a go. And so he's like, oh my gosh. She goes, okay, we will knock more money off of your RV if you kill me in a book. And I'm like, okay. So all kidding aside, I was like noodled it, because I thought, oh my gosh, what could it be if I did do an RV dealership in the series? I mean, 44 books we're in, and I have yet to do a RV like show. a new RV that's been bought, which I have all these ideas about it because a lot of people that actually um, have RVs and campgrounds that they own, they get those from auctions. And so my very favorite campground, Sandy Springs Campground, she one time went, and so you don't get to see it. So they're like repoed um, campers. And so you just sight unseen when you go to these things, you buy them online at these online auctions. A lot of times it's like police departments. And so she bought one. So I thought this would be a good plot, what we could find. So she bought one and they're bolted on the door. So you actually have to take the pliers when you get home and you have to, bolt them on the door. And so what happened is that she said that after they brought it home, they're like, is this really in good shape? Is it not in good shape? And so when they got it home, it was beautiful inside. It was in great shape. And so they started going through the cabinets because this is like a true story. So everything inside is yours. And so she found like this was like a gang had stolen it and they had filled it with like all video games, drones, things that they had stolen. And so, so they had all this stuff. She like sold it like on eBay or something. I don't know, but she sold it and make money. She's like, we made money on the camper that we won in an auction. So I thought, well, that would be a great idea. Plus, I've never also done one on like a dealership because I'm versed in all the dealerships. So I came home last night and we hadn't decided which fifth wheel we were going to buy, or we didn't know if we were going to do a fifth wheel or we are going to do a travel trailer. And so ended up, Eddie's like, oh, let me think on it. And so while Eddie went to bed last night, again, I'm sick. We'll talk about that in a minute. I was like up thinking about this book and I literally plotted this whole entire camper book based around this guy, this manager at this car dealership. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got this whole plot and it's really cool. And I was so excited that I got up this morning. I started writing in it at like 6 this morning and I had my coffee and I literally had like 2,000 words written. So I do this video and then I'm like, okay, so I do this video. And then on my editing app, I just say what I want to say on screen. And then I just I find a sound and then, or song, and then I just throw it up. So in one part of the video, it says your, and I don't even have my phone on me, or I'd tell you exactly where it is, but you can go watch it right now. It's down below and it's in both YouTube and Facebook. And so instead of being YOU apostrophe RE, because that's BUR, it took it as your YOUR. And I don't have time to do all that stuff. So I had 2 comments on there. They're like, oh, well, let's hope you get an editor, or you need an editor for social media. And I'm like, and I finally stopped and I thought, I'm not going to say anything, but I did. I went on there. Y'all can look at it, probably because I don't feel good. And I'm tired of people just thinking they can say what they want. I just am so sick of it. And so, and I'm tired of being negative. I'm tired of people being negative. I'm tired of just the negativity. And that's not what I'm all about. And it's not what my channel's all about. And this is what we weren't going to talk about. We're going to talk about it now because I remembered it. And I'm a squirrel, but I wrote on there, I said, oh, I don't know what I said. Something like, give a girl a break. We're just all trying to be the best we can. And I'm just like, you know what? Why do people want to be just nasty? So I'm like, you know what? This is my page on Facebook. Get off. Plain and simple. So it said, I don't know who she is, but I was like, I put a sad face on it instead of like a heart or a thumbs up because, I was sad. I was sad that someone just feels like every time they just want to bring you down or whatever. And I put on there text that autocorrect gets me every time. And I don't care. I own it. It was wrong. I know the right spelling, but I'm just tired of people being mean and negative to each other. Just tired of it. Not going to do it. And so there you go. There you have it. So that said, we were camping last week, and so we had to have our camping group, and we all had a weird camping experience. So we went to the New River Gorge, which is beautiful in West Virginia, and So we went kayaking one day, and my best friend Lisa got out of the kayak and literally stubbed her toe so bad on her toenail that literally her toenail came off. And we were like, oh my gosh. So we're like getting kayaking back. We get her so that she's like, I'm fine, fine. And I'm like, no, you need to go to the emergency room. And so the next day she goes to but this the whole time I was having this earache. And I'm like, what is going on in this ear? And I'm like, what is going on? And so I'm like, I haven't had a sinus infection or earache in a long time. And again, because I have stopped taking my nasal spray at night because the cancer the cancer nutritionist nurse practitioner, she's like, really, you shouldn't be on that. It's a steroid. And, we've got to take care of the other things first. Although you don't have cancer or anything like that, we just want you to be in the best possible shape, blah, blah. And so I was like, okay. So I quit taking my nasal spray. And so every day. And so I was like, so anyway, so what happened was that I probably because I got it from that. So I started getting this like earache, and I don't get an earache very often. And then, I was dizzy, but I was like, okay. So I called my doctor after we got my friend Lisa's toe settled. And I said, listen, I got this going on. I think it's my ear. I was swollen. Like I can't put anything in this ear right now, but like right here was all swollen. And, my sister is a nurse practitioner. So she was like telling me what to tell my doctor, like it's swollen here. And she named it. And I'm like, I don't know what the name of it was. So my doctor's like, yeah, I'll call you and send this out. She called me an amoxicillin. And so I took it. Today's the last day for that. But now it's moved over to this ear. And this ear feels like there's a marble in it. So I was like, I got to go out of town. And then we're going camping again. I know I couldn't get to my doctor. She's at the hospital. It might take a while. And so I went to the little clinic yesterday. And I'm not dizzy or anything anymore. It just feels like a marble muffle in my ear. So I go to the little clinic, and that was a whole nother experience. But I'm not even going to talk about that. But long story short is that he's like, the nurse practitioner there, he was like, well, we really can't, you're doing everything right. You're taking all the things. It's water behind your eardrum. It just takes time for it to absorb. And I'm like, okay, fine, that's great. But as the days have gone on, it just feels like more and more. And so I've like been pulling on it. I've been doing lymphatic drainage for the past 24 hours, drinking all the fluids still, doing all the things. And nothing seems to help. So tomorrow I go to my high risk breast clinic doctor at 7:30 in the morning. And so I text my doctor and I'm like, I'm going to be at the Christ Hospital is there any way you can get me in? Or I'm leaving on Friday morning. And then tomorrow I have my annual skin check. I said, so I have my high risk breast clinic lady tomorrow, because she's going to end up telling me like when I need to have surgery for the preventive double mastectomy, which I'm hoping to be January. And which is all this really crazy things has happened too. So, because I'm trying to see, like, I want to try to plan this whole double mastectomy thing. I have to have 2 surgeries. So I'm trying to plan it to where I am not missing any events, because my first event would be like in March in Suffolk, possibly. But the one that I'm headlining is in April in Minnesota. Yeah, Minnesota. So I'm trying to schedule this double mastectomy so I don't miss the headliner in Minnesota in April. So what happened was that's tomorrow at 7:30. And then at 1, I have my skin check. In the meantime, we have the blacktoppers coming to seal the blacktop driveway all the way down, because you can't seal a driveway here. It has to be above, I think, 50 degrees. And so our temperatures, like right now, it's probably like 50 degrees outside. But so we're at that cusp, and that's when they can fit us in. And so we just need it sealed, because it's like going to crack because of the winters and the frozen, and supposedly we're going to have bad winter. So anyways, long story short is that my doctor messaged me back, and she's like, just stop in after the breast clinic tomorrow and I'll take a look at your ear. But I don't think there's really anything they can do about it, because it's just behind my ear. So I've not been feeling well. And then I got an email from the the event in April, and they're like, we're canceling it. So I'm like, oh, I don't have to worry about that event now. So I'm wide open till June. So June, I'm doing an event here. And then in June, my son's getting married. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's the best time because it's like a 6-month whole thing. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'll know more tomorrow. But we are here to answer a reader question. So that's why I have this in my ear, because actually I was going to do it in the other room, but Eddie's watching MASH and I didn't feel like competing with MASH. But I hope you guys are enjoying the takeovers. I think she's doing giveaways there too. So let me see. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, I see anything she's got. I'm trying to go through. She's got a lot of posts. That's awesome. I love that. But every Tuesday is going to be a takeover day. There's that lady's comment. Let's see if she said anything. Let's dare her. Maybe she deleted it. Ask me anything. I'm looking for the ask me anything. People are such jerks. All right, let's see. Okay, I have to Google it. Y'all know I never, ever, ever. Oh, there it is, October. There's 13 questions. Okay, I'm going to ding. Let's see. Oh, cute Brittany Moore. That's who I landed on. So I met Brittany. She is so cute. She was been at a couple of book signings now for me. She actually lives in Kentucky and she lives down in Richmond, Kentucky. And she came to the book signing. Well, she was in Richmond, actually. I think she was in Lawrenceburg, but she came to the book signing that I had in Richmond, and then she came to the one in Cynthiana. And her question is, did you take a cake baking decorating class when you were writing about it in one of your books? I did. I actually took, it was so funny because one of my girls from my Jesus group that I became really good friends with, I'm like, I got to take this baking class because I'm writing this series for Random House. And so I said, I don't know anything about baking a cake or decorating a cake. And she is a Southern cake baker. That's what they wanted. This was a work for hire, which a work for hire is where they got in touch with my agent, and my agent said, hey, we want Tanya to write us a book. It's called The Magical Bag. I don't know if I have it in here because that was such a salty deal. Oh, here it is. Because they did not, I don't know if it's even in an ebook form, but they put out the print books in hardback first, and they're $25. And I refused to have my readers pay $25 for a book. But this is the book. And so I did two, didn't do another one. So anyways, and it's really a good book. But what they do is they actually tell you what it's about. They say, this is what it's about. They give you like a 12-page synopsis, and you have to come up with the killers. I have to come up with killers. I have to come up with the suspects and everything. I just have to know this is who gets, or this is how the person, that's the person's job. This is how they're going to get murdered. And, it's in this town. And so I'm like, okay. So I ran with it. And this was the book. And I actually sent them a picture from a thing I found on Pinterest. And so this was the actual, what they came up with, which was really good. But this is an illustrated cover. But anyway, so what happened? The covers are beautiful. And the book's really good. It's just, the plot was really good. I just was not going to tolerate a $25 book at all. So, in order for me to really understand baking, I can bake. I can basically bake. I just can't decorate. So, I took a class and it was a Wilton class. And it was, I don't know, maybe 12 weeks long. And you went once a week. And so once or twice a week, I can't remember. It's been so long ago, and I could not do it today. But anyway, so actually, I might have put her name in here. I might have dedicated it to her. Yes, I did. I said a big thank you to Nancy from Fantasy in Frosting in Newport, Kentucky, for teaching me how to bake and decorate cakes for the sake of research. I'll never be able to master the flower petal because she told me in class that's the first thing you teach when you're learning to decorate is the petal, which is just the little petal. And she said, I've never had anyone fail at doing the petals until you. So my sister took it with me and my friend Janice took it with me. And so we would go every week and we would bake, and our end project was a cake. And I don't know if you guys remember when that baby giraffe in like New York or something was being born. This was back in like 2017. That's how long it's been. So there was a baby giraffe that was being born. It was like so popular. It's kind of like the baby Fiona hippo here in Cincinnati. That was so popular. So it was this baby giraffe. And so I made a baby giraffe decorated 3-tier birthday cake for the baby giraffe, but we ate it. But I have a picture of that somewhere, which is hysterical. If I think of it, maybe I'll put it in the feed. But on Facebook, they now delete all of our lives. But luckily, I do it through StreamYard and I get to save those. So I did, Brittany. That was awesome. I love that question, and it brought back some fond memories. And I'm still friends with my friend Janice today, and she's amazing. She's in my Jesus group. So thank you for that. Let's get on here on the comments. There is Jeannie. I did not forget about you. So my boys came over tonight for supper. Taco Tuesday. Seriously, I just realized, by the way, you couldn't go live. I did not. Hello, Miss Angie Evans is on YouTube tonight. Look at your shot. Your picture is like glamour shots, girl. If you're still on here. Hi, Vicki. How are you? And Lauren is also on YouTube. What are y'all doing on YouTube over there? All the girls are hanging out at YouTube today. Yes. Lauren, thank you for your beautiful email. I got that. Jeannie said in action. I know, isn't that so much fun? I love that YouTube sent that to me. Hey Jane, how are you? Look at Jenna's little Halloween costume. I love that. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Hello, Anita. How are you? Hey, Susan. And Sarah, how are you? Sarah came to Two Dames on a mystery train. I'm going to Facebook to watch live. All right, come on over. Hey, Roberta, good evening. And that's awesome that I know. Can you believe they gave us money back? I couldn't believe it. I know. Well, and now she's standing down here, Jane, standing right there, which the plant is right there looking up because I don't understand. I mean, I've had that plant outside and she goes around it. But now that it's in here, she wants to get all up in its craw. Oh my gosh. So Rowena actually was in the RV and she was like in the front. So she wasn't back by the bed. But I bet she was like, what in the world is going on? So luckily there was no damage to anything or anything like that. So it was all, it was just came through the sunroof. And then Eddie like made sure he like took it apart, of course, and put it back together because there was no damage with that. It just got my bed. So on my bed, I have the bed, which I sleep the best in my RV. I hope I'm doing the new one. But anyways, it's the bed, the mattress. And then I put like a big foam topper on it. And then I have the actual like mattress cover for it. And then I have the beddie on it and a sheet, and then another quilt thing. And I know I have all of it on there because the decorating is cute. So really, it only got through 3 layers until Eddie made it back. Because of course I stayed at the cabin and hung out and played left, right, center, and of course my mama won. all the money. And then that's when I went down there. And Eddie's like, oh my goodness. Hello, Amanda Neal. We were in your old neck of the woods. Hey, Ashley. Ashley, what were you doing in Dallas? What were you doing in Dallas? I got the text from my friend Kelly who said y'all were having lunch. We say laundry. Hey, Bridget, I get to see you this week. I hope your husband and you still plan on going out to supper. I don't know where or what the supper will look like there. I haven't looked at it. Maybe we're just go get a coffee. I don't know, whatever you want to do. I just got to go to book glass. Oh, I bet that's so cute, Anita. I say laundromat too. I know, me too. We do too. Yes. Yeah, I do too. But it's laundro. And people will correct me. They'll send me emails and say, it's laundromat, right? Let's see what this say. I think that would be cool, like the dealer. I know, I've got the idea. And so today, when I called him back and said, actually, I think we're going to take the first fifth wheel that we looked at. Because Eddie and I went to like 5 or 6 dealerships over the past couple of days just to look. And he's like, we're not going to buy. You always want to buy. We're not going to buy. And so I'm like, okay. And so last night he's like, we're going to sleep on it. I'm like, okay. And so, when I called today, he's the manager of the place, and he got on the phone. He goes, now the part about me getting killed in the book is still in the deal, right? I said, actually, I've been up writing. Then he started giving me ideas on what to put in the book. I said, no. I've already plotted it out. This is what's happening. This is who's killing you. This is how you're getting killed. And this is why. And he's like, oh, so you already wrote it. I'm like, yeah. And you get no say in it. You go, girl. I know. I shouldn't have been too rude. She did just comment back because when I was looking for the question, I saw where she commented back. She's like, well, you're an author. You should have an editor. Well, you don't have an editor for that, for social media. It's easy to say people have that. Yeah. Yes. Never. I get you, girl. Earaches are the worst, Lori. They are. Hello, Michelle. Yes, I don't feel sick. It's that real heavy feeling. Michelle, it's so good seeing you. Guess we know who the victim will be in the next book. Maybe. And I don't even know this person. I think they saw the reel and just commented and probably came over to see who I was or something. Where are the takeovers? I've been busy redoing my pottery. Oh, how cool. So the takeovers are on my author page. And so did you see where I had the whole spam thing where somebody started a group for me? It wasn't me. Started a group. It was a scam. They started a group. They were doing like if you won a prize or whatever. Because I really like to do giveaways. Rowena is so cute. And so I'm like, so now they're going to infiltrate my group. And so then they started their own group. And then I got an email from one of our friends here and said, this person started this group. I think it's a scam. I'm like, it is a scam. Don't do it. So, we tried to do all that. Hello, Miss Leslie Lawrence. How are you? The 2 books were the last gift I got from my dad. Oh, I love that. I haven't even taken them out of the plastic wrap. I love that. I love that. You're talking about the Cake Baker series. I love that. I love you. Oh, thanks, Amanda. I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Norma. Oh no, I know she's gonna eat something. We went to see my nephew, and he just turned 1. Oh, I love that. So you hooked up with my friend Kelly. I love that. Hey sis, do I have a bed? Of course you do. Oh my gosh, I know. Mom and Tracy had a bet, girl. And I said, Mom, next year invite Sissy to come because she gets a cabin. And this is my cousin Sissy. And I said, invite Sissy to come with us. So she doesn't have to be in that cabin alone. Oh, there's Brittany. Thanks for answering my question. I took it there when I was at college. I was at work at the bakery. It can be difficult to do those pedals. Oh, you're so nice. Don't worry too much about the negative people. Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. So Brittany is the one who answered the question. Brittany, I was telling people, I think you're from like Lancaster, not Richmond, or somewhere down there. But actually, my cousin Sissy, I would love to. I would love it. See, we're going to do that. And next year, I think we're going to Asheville. I think that was thrown around by the group. Don't know. But anyways, Brittany, my cousin Sissy here, her daughter Casey, which is my cousin as well, went to Tastefully Delicious there in Lancaster and saw my books on display and sent me a picture. I love it. So I think that's in your neck of the woods, Brittany. So, anyways, we have been on here for 40 minutes and I am going to roll. I'm going to bounce out. And hopefully on Sunday, I have book club with my Patreon group. I still have to read the book. I started it today. It doesn't look very long. It's very cute. And then I will have that on Sunday from the camper. They'll get to see the fifth wheel very early. And then we will do Tuesday answering a reader question right in my new camper because we'll still be camping. And then I get home on Thursday. I go to see my mom on next weekend and my cousin Sissy for our cousins reunion in Versailles. And then the next weekend, my church is having a weekend revival and we are camping there and doing a church revival. And that will put us into November. And then but then before that, I have my Patreon Halloween party. And then let's see. And then we're in November after the revival and we will be hitting the ground running. If you're on Patreon and have not sent me a recipe, I need it by November the 1st. I need to put that in Patreon. But since y'all are on here, do the recipe. I love you all. And I will see a lot of y'all on Sunday. And get ready, excited for the camper.